Hey guys, Max here. Sorry about the lack of a review, but anyway, I figured I'd talk this week about Captain Underpants, seeing as how Boss Baby was nominated for an Oscar. Wow, I did not see that one coming. Not Lego Batman, not one of the foreign art house films. No, Boss Baby. Uh, I mean, and I know Emoji Movie was nominated for a bunch of shit for the Razzies, so I guess the Razzies has their shit together. Oh god, but yeah, this came out. Yeah, this came out last year. Last year, people seemed to like it. I saw the trailers and I didn't do much for me, and that's coming from someone that read the books. I just saw it and I just said something's off here, and I'll kind of get into that when I talk about the review. But yeah, no, it didn't blow me away. But I said, it's not awful. I mean, it's certainly better than the trailer for Trolls or what, or Boss Baby and Emoji Movie. I saw DreamWorks was attached to it, and I thought DreamWorks could do it. Seeing Shrek was mostly potty joke. Shrek had a lot of dirty potty jokes and stuff, so it seemed fine. So I heard it was kind of funny, so I watched it, and how do I put this? Uh, the best way I can describe it as, eh, I I didn't hate it. I can't say I. Oh boy, it's difficult to talk about, but I'll try. So what's the story? Because it's basically kind of a couple books in one. Because I read the Captain Underpants books. They're fine. They're cute. They're fun little books for kids. So it's not really the first book technically. It's kind of a bunch of the books, which I guess you would expect. I mean, technically, comic book movies do that all the time. Time where they'll kind of combine several comic books in one, so, in one movie. So, but yeah, the story is this time. George and Harold are kids that like to make each other laugh and make comic books. Of course, they, of course, they get in trouble because they're also pranksters, and their principal, named Mr. Krupp, played by Ed Helms, eventually catches them, and he's gonna put them in separate classes, and George hypnotized him with a hypno ring, and he ends up convincing him that he's Captain Underpants, the character they created. So he thinks he's a hero, and of course they discover if you snap his fingers, he becomes the hero. If you pour water on him, he goes back to normal. Of course, at one point, when he's disguised as Captain Underpants, he ends up hiring an evil supervillain named Professor Poopy Pants, real name. For the record, if you don't like humor like that, this movie is not for you. So, eventually they hire someone named Professor Poopy Pants, who who ends up teaming up with one of the students named Melvin, and he wants to build a machine to make everyone stop laughing because he has a funny name. Eh, it's stupid, but it's Captain Underpants, and to be fair, the books are stupid. So, and of course, the boys have to stop them, but at the same time, they also need Captain Underpants' help to stop them. It leads into a crazy thing. So, where to start with? First off, yeah, someone that read the book, it's pretty close writing wise to what I'd expect from a Captain Underpants movie. It's a lot more zany and crazier than I imagined, but yeah, it actually works really well. Some of the jokes are actually kind of funny. There's a particularly funny scene where they imagine life separate, and that they're sock puppets for some reason, and it gets really weird. It is kind of funny, and and yeah, there's a couple cute jokes, some really bad lines too. When the professor comes in, I'm totally not an evil person. I just was like, fuck, really? Ugh. There's a there's a couple lines like that. They're just ugh. But no, it looks like the book. It does actually look a lot like the book. It's actually incredible. Incredible because when I saw the trailers, I said, that's Captain Underpants. Damn. That's impressive. So it looks like the book. It's written okay. You might be wondering, what's the problem? What's the problem? In the plot for combining Captain Underpants is all right. I mean, it's an okay plot. It's clearly more meant for jokes, which is fine. But to me, the problem with this movie, and it's a big one, I cannot get behind anyone in this cast. And not really the characters, how they're in, it's the voices attached to them. This is, I think, the worst cast movie I've ever seen. One of the worst cast movies I've ever seen. It is so badly cast. I mean, no one sounds right. The minute, I mean, you have what? Thomas Middlebrook and Kevin Hart doing George and Harold? No. This isn't even like Gravity Falls where you get into it. No. Every time they open their mouth, I said, that's not a kid. That's a man in his 30s or 40s. I don't know how the fuck old Kevin Hart and Thomas Middlebrook is, but the minute you hear them, they're not kids. And I was like, why not just go to Nickelodeon or Disney? With all the kid stars they have, they could get some to do it. It doesn't seem that hard, and they can get kids with energy, too. So you're not getting some Jake Lloyd, are you an angel, bland actor? Just get one of them. They can do it. Makes no sense to me, but who else is in this? Ed Helms is one of the better cast people, but he doesn't do a very good Mr. Krupp, and clearly the Captain Underpants they're going for is sort of like a Adam West Batman captain hero from Drawn Together kind of character. He's dumb, but he means well, and he wants to save people. It's no, it's fine. It's kind of what I expected from the character, but from the character, just something. But even though he's probably an alright choice to play Captain Underpants, not the principal certainly, he has a lot of weird line reads. I can't describe it. There's just some reads when I hear, and I'm just like, it sounds kind of amateurish, and it's not. I don't know if I blame Ed Helms. Maybe it was the voice director, but I don't know. Just a lot of his reads, I'm just like, oh. But Ed Helms is one of the better people, but he's not exactly who I'd cast to play Mr. Krupp. I don't know. I always picture someone more who can be crazy and kind of balance out the beings screaming off their head, and also the Mighty Mouse, here I come to save the day hero. And I don't know, Ed Helms is not who I'd pick. And he does alright sometimes, but I don't know, anytime, but he has a lot of weird reads as Captain Underpants, and anytime he's Principal Krupp, it's not good. And they cast Jordan Peele from Key and Peele to play Melvin. What the fuck? That was, oh god. I don't get it. Why can't you just cast a voice actress like one of the like Tara Strong or one of the other girls from Powerpuff Girls, or even that girl who played Tommy in Rugrats? Cast one of them to do it. I think when I saw clips of Zootopia again, when they had Nick as a kid, they cast, I think, one of the kids from Rugrats. It sounded like him. Just get one of them. I know it's a celebrity name, but fuck. I mean, when I hear the voice, I don't think kid, I think man in his 30s. It makes no sense. And I know it's a big name, but I mean, it's Captain Underpants. It's a reasonable book, and it's by DreamWorks. You can't tell me the names Captain Underpants and DreamWorks are not gonna sell tickets. But he's really, he's badly cast. Who else is in it? Kirsten Shaw is the lunch lady. How do I describe this? Imagine Louise Belcher from Bob's, I think is her name, her character from Bob's Burgers doing an impression of a cafeteria worker. That's all I heard. And she can work fine, and I know a lot of her characters kind of sound similar, but I think it's kind of like H. John Benjamin, where they work so well with how the character is designed that you almost don't see it. Like when you see her as Louise, her doing Louise's voice in Bob's Burgers, you see that character. When you watch Gravity Falls, it's that character. It's Mabel, even though they're pretty much the same voice. And H. John Benjamin's the same way, but she uses a really goofy voice. Was like, "Our Principal Krupp, I made this for you," and I'm just like, oh, it sounds like one of her characters doing an impression. It sounds stupid. I don't know why you couldn't just have her do her normal voice. And that probably is the voice director, because I like her as a voice actor, but ooh. Who else is in this? Oh yeah, Nick Kroll. Oh god. Uh, and I'll say right now, I think Nick Kroll can be funny. I've laughed at him in Parks and Rec and back when he used to do those awesomely bad song countdowns. But based on this and Sing, which I remember seeing in theaters, this guy is not a good voice actor simply because a lot of his shit just sounds the same to me. It it sounds like the same character. Maybe I don't know. I haven't seen Sausage Party yet, and I know he's in that. Maybe that's the exception. So, but maybe that'll work. But every time I see him, I just feel like I'm seeing a performance, and maybe it's the fact that he hasn't been in good movies. Because Sing was a terrible movie, and yeah, maybe this it was the voice director because this casting is all wrong, and that is what killed the movie for me. Because anytime I'd get into it, someone there'd be an off line. I could almost stand some of the bad lines, but there'd be an really bad voice read. There'd be a really dumb voice. It's just oh, I don't know, and I know it's getting a TV show, which maybe it'll be good. Fingers crossed, please. But I mean, Trolls got a show, so and so did Boss Baby, so anything's possible. But I don't know if it get. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what they do with the show. Again, there's several sequels to the book, so. But yeah, if it had a better voice cast, I'd probably say I liked it fine. I can't say I hated it because I don't know. It just wasn't one of those films I hate. I can say I see kind of why people like it because it does have the kind of childish feel to it. Feel to it, haha, he said Uranus, haha, and again, it's the book. And that's how the book was, and that's why I liked the book as a kid. And even when I read parts of it now, it's a cute book, and the movie. I don't know. I feel like if it had a different voice cast, this could have at least been okay. Okay, but yeah, with the cast they got, it constantly took me out of it, and I could never get into it as much as I wanted to. So, yeah. Who knows? Maybe the show will be good. Will be good, but yeah, this. I don't know. Oh God. So who knows? Maybe who knows? We'll because DreamWorks usually, from what I see with their shows, I think they do better with Disney when it comes to taking their films into shows. Because Disney, what the Little Mermaid? I think Lilo and Stitch was good, and that's it. That's really about it. Hercules sucked. Aladdin sucks. What was it? The Little Mermaid sucks. Tangled's okay, and I've never seen Big Hero 6, the movie or the show. I really need to do that, but DreamWorks, they seem to do fine. There's the Kung Fu Panda had a show that I saw was decent. I heard what was it? How to Train Your Dragon's good. Penguins of Madagascar was cute. I haven't seen the King Julian show, and I don't know, and I've seen bits of the Troll show. It's all right. If you like Trolls, it's fine. I didn't like the movie, so I was like, so I didn't care for it. But yeah, I don't know no, if you're a super huge fan of the book and you really want to see the book turned to film, you'll like this fine maybe. For me, even as someone that liked the book as a kid a lot, and was always kind of intrigued what they could do with the movie, it was. I don't know. It was certainly better than I expected. I'll say that because I didn't really know if it was going to be any good or not. It was certainly better than I expected, but if yeah, this it was really badly cast, man. So it constantly took me out of it. And maybe it'll do something for you. I know there are a decent amount of people that like it. So if you like it, fine. It's probably not my film, but who knows? Maybe the show will be it. So, anyway, that's my thoughts, and I'll see you next time. Bye.